welcome to On the Wild Side. I'm your host, Kyle Shepard. Today we're going to meet 3 new animal additions here at the zoo, Bruce, Rowdy, and Lucy. I'll let you figure out who they are later. We'll also check in with Chris 2X about our Future Healers Got Zoo Buddies program. We're going to take a look at our Nature Connects exhibit. And finally, we're going to visit someone who has a fun, unique job at the zoo. Let's take a walk on the wild side. Welcome back to the Wild Side. We're here in the treetops with our friend Teak, and we're here with Chris 2X of Future Healers, Game Changers, and Zoo Buddies. Welcome, Chris, to Wild Side.
Kyle's honored to be here as a part of this collaboration with the Louisville Zoo and 2X Game Changers.
Let's start with Game Changers. What do you do with Game Changers?
2X Game Changers interacts with kiddos 4 to 13 years old and their parents that have been impacted by first, secondary trauma due to unfortunate reckless gun violence around neighborhoods. Or if that kid is challenged in any kind of negative way, we want them to be a part of our platforms. And the Zoo Buddies platform that we created and when it was launched in January of 22 has been so impactful as it relates to the animals and that nature connection of healing for these kids and their parents.
And we kind of take care of their mental health here at the zoo a little bit. We teach them about nature and therapy. Talk to me a little bit about the origins of Zoo Buddies.
The zoo connected with us because they seen that example and said, wow, how can we play a part in helping these kids cope better, but equally at the same time be in their lives, in their parents' lives, to motivate them as it relates to them being a part of the animal kingdom and dealing with what we think is a good thing in connection with animals, and animals giving that therapeutic connection to healing and coping better under the circumstances that they are impacted by. One thing we pride ourselves as it relates to the Zoo Buddies connection is letting the kids know and the parents know that if traditional therapy has been hard for you, we've got at least a plan B, which is this nature-based therapy connection with animals and conservation and caring that we know can have some positive influence on you guys as far as coping. And so we use this tool and advocate this tool in the strongest terms that if traditional therapy and counseling is hard for you, Zoo Buddies is going to be easier for you, but you get a great therapeutic value out of it. Why not try it? And they were just all in from day one. January of 2022, we launched this, and now 19 months later, we're into something that we could have never imagined would be so great for kiddos and their parents, and also the zoo staff. We have not had a parent-kid combination in Zoo Buddies that's left in 19 months.
It's a very important program that we are part of, a very unique program that we've been able to work with you on. And zoo staff just want to be a part of this program. We've found keepers wanting to plug in ways that they don't normally plug in because it's such a special program. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the interactions with the staff and how that's a huge part of it.
No program has ever been created like this at the zoo. It's always been like a spring camp, summer camp, fall camp. Zoo Buddies is a year-long program, and we meet on a monthly basis to have this educational interaction with staff and animals. It's about caring, it's about conservation, therapeutic value for the kids and their parents. And I just want to highlight the parents, Kyle. We told you guys that just like the medical side, we wanted parents to be there to witness what was going on. And the zoo has accommodated that. And guess what? The parents feel that power of the therapeutic value that brings them back into a mindset like their kid again, with their kids. And it's something that the zoo has coined as kind of a unique program that they've never did before, but happy they're engaged in it now.
Have you seen the kids grow in the 19 months that we've been working with them in terms of environmental stuff in terms of animal, like their knowledge base of animals?
Oh, they light up like Christmas trees, but year round. As soon as they come into the plaza, as soon as they know that another Zoo Buddy session is going to occur, they just light up. And the beautiful thing is that positive energy comes through the front gate, and it also exits the front gate when it's time to go. And it's still conversations in the aftermath of that kind of program experience that they have with the zoo staff and especially the education department at the zoo. It is undescribable, and what I get a joy in is watching kids and parents together feel such a impact as it relates to positive energy and the coping connection here, in connection to some ugly stuff that is, entered into their lives in an unfortunate way. They get to feel like this is my bomb. I'm kind of mending myself together with nature and animals and this wonderful education process about what's going on with conservation, caring of animals, and how I'm getting more growth by being a part of this program.
You mentioned parents. Parents are as integral to this program as their kids are. Every Saturday that we meet, they're here with us. They are asking questions just like their kids. That's pretty unique that parents are so involved in that. Tell me anecdotally what you've heard from parents.
Some make comments like, I'm revisiting a childhood that I never had. But the joy in that is that I'm actually connected to a childhood with my kiddo. And my kiddo is feeling this joy, which is giving me joy as a parent, but equally I'm being educated about the animals that I've always seen. But to be in an intimate situation with the animals and hearing educators educate us together as parent and kiddo, it's just a beautiful thing. And it's so awesome that it's kind of unifying across the board. We had the idea in 22 of starting with 17 kiddos, right? We've grown that to 30 now. We could easily get 50 in here. But we're kind of capped on size because of space and everything that entails. But not one parent has ever raised a conversation in a negative way about this Zoo Buddies experience. This whole idea of using this program to help people cope with ugliness as it relates to negativity in their neighborhoods is nothing but a grand slam all the way.
Mr. Derek is bringing some stuff out.
You wanted to build humanitarian advocates.
Absolutely. This neat idea of empowering parents and kiddos to think that you all can be humanitarian advocates for the planet, for your community, for your city is just on spot. I mean, it's fantastic. It's a good feeling. And the beautiful thing about this relationship with animals and everybody that's a partnership in this whole process with these kids is they feel empowered. They feel empowered in the sense that they go back and tell some in their peer group circles that I'm a Zoo Buddy and here's why. I've heard these conversations. I'm serious. And so when they can go back and start to spew in a way, in a positive way, that the zoo is making me a better person. How neat is that? It's exactly what we hope for, that the animals would touch them in such a therapeutic way that this would be, again, a great positive influence in their lives. And factually, it is.
When we design programs, we design them with a start and an end. And this one, we hope to see throughout. And we've got our first graduate almost of Zoo Buddies. Ariel will be aging out and moving into our volunteer program.
Yes, she will. What's so neat about this is we talked about this. It's 4 to 13, but they age out into 14, 15, and they want to stay on and help the kids. And not only that, the neat part about it is they can be a part of some of the volunteer connections with the Louisville Zoo that will help them in their growth. Our goal is to allow them to have another tool in their toolbox. In regards to positive experiences, you still have this experience where you can love animals for the rest of your life. And the unique, intimate connection with these animals started with Zoo Buddies. We don't know how many zookeepers could come out of this situation, because we got a lot of growth ahead of us. I bask in the joy from my space in knowing that they feel so connected, like a hand-in-glove partner with the Louisville Zoo. One parent described it as, it's undescribable. I try to describe it to my friends, and I tell them I can't describe what Zoo Buddies is. It's just too meaningful to try to put in words sometimes. It's a feeling that you can only feel, and glad that you have this unique position to be a part of. There's no blueprint for this. It just evolved and it's here, and we're digging into it hard in the most enthusiastic way we can, as far as the medical side and the animal kingdom side. And it feels great. It feels great to be us, to be a part of something so powerful and so meaningful.
For those who may be watching this who are curious how they could be a part of this program, you've handpicked all the kids that were in Future Healers and Zoo Buddies. So would they call you?
Please get a hold of 2X Game Changers at 2xgamechangers.org. Again, that's 2xgamechangers.org. And we're always willing to talk and try to influence in the most positive way we can kiddos who feel in some kind of way that they are not experiencing life in a good and positive way. What we want to do is brighten their horizon, and we will definitely talk to them about these platforms, no doubt.
Thank you, Chris, for all you do for our community and just being who you are.
Well, it's an honor, and thank the Louisville Zoo for allowing us to be a part of a great hand-in-glove partnership that, again, is undescribable to us. You can't describe it, you have to be a part of it to understand the feeling that we feel behind it. Thank you.
Hi, Lucy. Come here. Good bird. This is Lucy. She's a 7-year-old Toco toucan. They are from Central and Eastern South America. They are the most well-known toucan. Toucan Sam is most likely modeled after a Toco toucan. They are the largest toucan species. Our Lucy here is just over a pound, and males can get up to just under 2 pounds. Toucans are not sexually dimorphic, so that means the males and the females look the same. Males are slightly bigger, but that's really the only difference between the two. They have one of the largest beaks of any bird species. It can account for almost 50% of their body length. That big honking thing is hollow, and it only has small bone supports going through it, so they can't really do too much damage with it. They have many, many tiny blood vessels that span the whole length of that bill, and they're able to let off some heat, and if they want to retain heat, they'll even tuck their bills up under their wings. They eat in the tree canopies, and so there's not much room to fly from branch to branch in there, so these guys are mostly hoppers. They nest in tree cavities. Females will typically lay 2 to 4 eggs in the cavities, and then the males and females will both incubate the eggs. She knows this is her food. Grapes are her favorite, but she also gets blueberries and some other small items, corn, peas, a fruit-veg mix. In the wild, they are omnivores, but they typically just eat fruit. The exotic pet trade is one of their challenges. They are the most popular toucan, and people could potentially get these guys as pets. Not recommended. So we got this beautiful new exhibit built, and it opened in April, and fortunately it expanded the holding space that we have. So now we're able to house our pair of hyacinth macaws, Stuart and Newman, as well as beautiful Lucy here. And we work them on a rotational basis. So one day Lucy gets to go out, the following day the macaws will get to go out.
There are 3 different species of cassowary, the northern, the southern, and the dwarf cassowary. Bruce, of course, is a 2-year-old southern cassowary found in northern Australia in the jungle. In the wild, they will eat pretty much anything that they can find. They are big grazers, big foragers. He can actually eat toxic plants, which are toxic to most animals and humans. Pears, some biscuits, we feed him. Papaya is a fun fruit that we feed him. His favorite thing in the world, though, is grapes and bananas. He's a good boy. Hi, Bubba. Considered the most dangerous bird in the world. So for our protection and Bruce's protection, he is what is considered protected contact, meaning we do not share space with him. Look at him and you'd think his face is the big part, but his feet are as close as you can get to dinosaur feet in modern day. They are intense. He does have a lot of personality, and I am very excited to see him grow into his personality as he becomes more comfortable around us. I would call Bruce sassy more than anything. He is very inquisitive. He can be kind of standoffish the first time you meet him. He's very wary of new people, but he is quick to fall in love with someone. We are in the process of training several different behaviors for him. I do have Bruce touch the center of the target and then treat him whenever he touches exactly where I want him to. After he completes his target behavior, I'm going to move towards a present behavior so he can daintily show us different parts of his body so that we can manipulate him as we need to, so we can do exams, stuff like that. We use operant conditioning, which is based on positive reinforcement. Anytime Bruce does anything good, we give him a reward of some kind. Everything that Bruce does is completely voluntary. So it is a big deal for us keepers to be able to build a solid relationship with him so that he trusts us to be able to do what we need to do to give him the best care possible. Males are actually the main caregivers. So females, the only thing the females do is they come along, they lay their eggs, they move on. Males take care of the entire incubation process. They take care of chick rearing, they make sure the babies are good to go. And I find that so cool because we have a boy and hopefully one day he'll get to be a dad. His back will turn black as he gets older, and the casque, C-A-S-Q-U-E, which is on top of his head, will get taller. Cassowaries in managed care can live up to 40 years, so he still has quite a bit of growing left to do. And as he grows, those colors will get brighter. Bruce is currently not on exhibit, but we are working towards that.
I'd like to introduce you to one of our newest additions, a baby babirusa named Rowdy. We think it's a really super cool name because when he was born, he hit the ground running and he did the most amazing things. When he was 2 days old, he was jumping up and climbing in his water bowl. He was climbing on everything that he could climb on. He was running around in circles. His mom is an amazing mom, and they actually play together. Rowdy's parents are Patrice and Albus, and they're both 14 years old, and Patrice really enjoys playing with her son, so you might see them playing tag and running around together, which is pretty cute. Babirusa have a gestation that's a lot longer than our regular pig that you'd find on a farm. And also, when a babirusa is born, there's only 1 or 2 of them in the whole litter. Babirusa are no ordinary pigs. They're pretty special. They're found only in the Indonesian islands, and they live in the rainforest and jungle, and they're omnivores. So they eat a lot of different things, fruits and vegetables and trees. One special thing about the babirusa is that they have tusks that grow up through the roof of their nose. So males, and only the males, have these canine teeth, and the canine teeth on the bottom grow up around their face, and the canine teeth on the top turn around and grow up through their face in this big curl around their face. Sometimes animals with things like unique tusks, it can actually be a problem for them because people collect them, and that happens with babirusa. They don't have a lot of natural predators, so it's really humans that are their biggest threat in the wild. In managed care, like here at the zoo, where they get a really good diet and they don't have to worry about habitat loss and people hunting them, they can live over 20 years old. Come to visit us and see our little guy Rowdy and all of the rest of the island's animals, orangutans, siamangs, tigers, tapirs, and of course the babirusa.
In our summer season here at the Louisville Zoo, we double our staff of seasonals. So we have retired folks and young folks looking for work in the summer who are in college or in high school who work with us all summer long from March to October. And in the areas of rides and attractions, they're helping us with our front of house and our business office and our membership, selling tickets, cleaning the park. Right now we're going to meet one who helps with the tram. He's a retiree named Charlie Chilton.
This is fun. He does this for me 2 or 3 times a day. You're the best. I operate the tram here, custodial, operate the carousel. Would you all like a ride up to the front?
We're going to the aquarium.
Well, okay, I can drop you off there too.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's bringing people from the top to the bottom to the splash park to Glacier Run, wherever you want to go, we're available, and it's free. I know pretty much where every animal is. Pretty fond of all of them, to tell you the honest truth. The Sumatran tiger, there's only 500 left in the wild. I'm pretty enthused about something like that, you know, seeing something that's so rare. Hi, friends. We're going to take these people to the splash park. Wonderful spot on days like this.
Where's the sloth?
The sloth is right down here on the left. We're going to go right by her. Looks like we're having a sloth experience going on right now. See them? 2 trams, an ADA tram for wheelchair access. And then this tram here, it holds 12. There's flamingos right there. Here's a happy place. Here we are, little friends.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Come back real soon. Someone wants to get on the tram, they're tired walking. You know, we'll stop and pick anybody up, but we have 6 designated tram stops. Call one of us and get on the radio and we're coming. But I knew I'd like it and I have from day one. Excuse me, friends. I think anybody in my position that was looking for something to do would enjoy it.
In our summer season from March to October, we like to bring our guests something different, something they haven't seen before, something that kind of rotates in and out. And this summer at the Louisville Zoo through September, we have Sean Kinney's Nature Connects exhibit, which is made with Lego bricks. It is free with zoo admission. It runs through September 17th. The exhibit features about 15 sculptures, like I said, spread out throughout the zoo. Some of them include a moth orchid, snail on a mushroom, goldfinch, a hummingbird, and a flower, and a lawnmower. The art is made from over 203,000 Lego bricks. These larger-than-life sculptures are made by Sean Kinney, an artist in New York City, and he made all the themes that focus on these intrinsic components of stuff that are important to our mission to better the bond between people and the planet. The signage that accompanies each of the sculptures will relay to you how many hours it took to make and how many thousands of Lego pieces that it took to make.
My favorite kid is going to be Saphira. She's the 3-year-old offspring of our pair of hyacinth macaws. She was parent reared for 1.5 years before we separated her to start developing a relationship with her. I was the keeper that got to do that, so I started building the relationship with her. Nowadays, she is awesome. She enjoys being around all of our keepers. We even use her as an ambassador animal. We're able to take her on grounds, various places, and get some really close guest interactions with her.
Thanks for joining us on the Wild Side. Don't forget to come meet the new animals, Rowdy, Bruce, and Lucy. And thanks for learning about Zoo Buddies. And finally, take a cool, breezy ride on the tram while you're here. And don't forget the zoo is open year-round, only closed 3 days a year.